right, let's do some NBA news.
All right.
NBA news.
Okay, this is important to me, and I need you to help me with this. We need to talk through this a little bit because what is going on with the NBA? The NBA should be shining so brightly right now in this COVID era that we're still in, yet coming out of. It just feels like the NBA is on every night. It's something that we should all be into. Yet, Mike, where are all of the stars? Every night you turn on a big NBA game and you're missing the biggest one or two players in the game. And I was like, this always happens every time I try to watch. So let me take a look and see who's been missing games this year.
Okay, go
all
for
right.
it.
So most NBA teams have played 54 games this year. Consider that 54. The 10 biggest superstars in the NBA, let me tell you how many games they've played this year. Out of 54, keep that in mind. LeBron James, I know he's hurt. He's only played 41 games, 76%. Kevin Durant, he's played 40% of his games this year. 22 games he's appeared in. Giannis, he's always out there, you think. Well, he's actually missed 9 games. He's only played 45 of them. Steph Curry, he's coming off an injury. Can respect it. He's played 46. He's missed 8 games. Kawhi Leonard has missed 9 games. He's only played 45 of them. Anthony Davis, he's hurt too. He's only played 23 out of 54 games. I'm going to keep going here. Luka Doncic is a great player. He had this amazing shot the other night. He's only played 88% of his games. Who's missing 12% of work? No, none of us are. No one is. Joel Embiid, superstar, 76ers, the big man. He's played in 36 games out of 54. I'm going to keep going here. Kyrie Irving.
All right,
what's going on in Brooklyn? This guy sits out all the time. He's played 38 games out of 54. Why are the biggest superstars, Mike, in the entire league missing games? Do the players get paid less when they miss this many games? Because certainly the fans aren't getting the benefit. They're buying the ticket to go see them, and then they're not there so often.
But they're not all going there. But do you think it was the side effect of the bubble? Because it seems like mentally the bubble has taken a toll on a lot of people, at least in the NHL world. I've heard a lot of things. It seems like it could have taken a toll on NBA. You were locked in Disney World for months. That could take a toll on anybody. I hate Disney World.
Really, though? Because where were you locked in? You were locked in your house. I was locked in a 1-bedroom apartment. Like, I think a lot of people, like most Americans, had a worse experience than NBA players.
No, I know, but you hear the stories. It's just like this grind. It's almost like being in a jail cell, right? It's like you go to your hotel room, you can't leave, and then you go play basketball, which sounds fun. But if you have to do it every single night all over, and it's just the same day over and over and over again, I could see how that takes just a mental toll on you. I don't have any idea where all these people have been. I haven't been watching much basketball. It's weird. Ever since the pandemic, I don't casually just have Sports Center on or anything on in the background anymore. It's like listening to a podcast, maybe Bill Simmons, or maybe people are tuning in to listen to the Sports Hangover and us talk about sports. But there isn't as much watching of the sports because you couldn't do it with your friends, so it wasn't as fun anymore. So now it's like, I'm watching golf because I'm lonely and play golf. You can play golf by yourself and you can watch golf by yourself. It's a one-person sport. So I don't know. It's weird. It's like a weird shift. So I don't know what the hell's going on. Did you find out what's happening? Did you do some
I found out they're all lazy. I found that out. Listen, the bubble is a fair thing. Like, everyone went through something last year. It's this collective trauma that we can't even begin to unpack that's still unfolding in real time. And I'm not saying that we can figure that out for any individual. But if you're in the Disney bubble, you have a setup better than 99% of people. And since the Disney bubble, they weren't in the bubble and they've been able to do their own thing. I know when they travel on the road, they go to the hotel room. Yeah, I'm living out of hotel rooms in a suitcase too. Okay. And I still show up for my podcast. I haven't missed 12% of my podcast.
You haven't. Okay? You haven't missed. Actually, you've been here more since you've been traveling on the road than you have been otherwise.
So figure that out. So I just want to see, like, in what other industry is this acceptable and why is it acceptable in the NBA? Because, Mike, it's a players only league. The players are driving the league and you are all about that. The athlete is in charge. And now the NBA is one of the first leagues to say, yes, that's accurate. And this is what happens. So, we are seeing the league deteriorate because you're saying you're not watching NBA. No one's watching NBA. I watch Get Up in the morning because I want to see what Mike Greenberg's talking about because apparently he has the pulse of the sports fan on ESPN. Every single morning in March and April, he's talking NFL draft. He's not even mentioning the NBA. It's not NFL season. It's NBA season.
Is it because the way the NBA season is, it's so long that it doesn't matter right now? We don't care. We care in playoffs. I'll watch it in playoffs. I'll watch playoff games. I'll watch playoff hockey. I watch occasional Lightning games back here, feel whatever. But I'm not I'm not as in it as I would be if it really mattered. And I think that's the difference between the NFL and all other sports, right? The NFL matters every single week, every single game. But these basketball games, like the 54th game, guess what? That doesn't matter. You got 82 of them to play. So eventually it will matter, but in a longer period of time. So if you really love basketball, which I know a lot of people do, they'll watch their team. They'll go out there and watch it, right? You watch the Miami Dolphins, even though it's a shit show, you still watch them.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. I mean, they have Tua, of course.
Yeah.
So I guess that's like my reasoning for it. And they already have the NBA as the NBA already has all the money from all the television networks. It doesn't matter what the ratings are, right? Because they already have all the money. They know that the playoffs are where the money's at.
Then they need to shorten the season. What's the point of being an NBA fan during the regular season if the networks don't talk about it, if people aren't going to games as much, if people aren't watching as much? Where are you making that money from? Who is paying for all that?
I mean, at some point, I would love to go back to a sporting event, even though I hated going to some. But now I'm like, well, I'll go back just to like be there.
You did. That's a funny part about you because you always hated going, and by halftime or early third quarter, you won out of there.
Yeah, it's like, all right. It's almost like the same way as a regular season game. If we're at a playoff game, I'm going to stay because it really matters. When I'm at a midseason game and it's like they're winning, I'm like, whatever, let's just go. We can go somewhere else and do something. Like the game's over. Like, I don't care. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what that is. I just want to leave. But I think they're still making money. And maybe next year when people are actually going to sporting events and watching it and talking about it more. This year's weird. We're like trying to come back. We're all getting vaccines. You're getting your second shot soon. Mm-hmm. We're going to be back. The roaring 20s are here, but they haven't kicked in yet.
So the NBA players are just waiting for it to kick in too.
I don't think they care. It
doesn't make sense to me. They don't care, and that's a problem because every other profession cares, and their job is to entertain and help people through a traumatic experience. And instead, they're all missing 40 to 30% of their games. The best player, the player on that list, Mike, of the top 10 superstars in the league, the one who's playing the most games, still missed 12% of his games, and he's playing the most out of all the superstars. I still want to ask this question.
Yeah.
When you buy a ticket, the Lakers are a bad example right now because their guys are hurt. When you buy a ticket to go see the Brooklyn Nets and James Harden and Kyrie Irving are not there and they don't have an injury, are you paying 50% less for your ticket, or are you watching at home on cable? Are you getting 50% off your cable bill because the Nets superstars aren't playing? Or maybe you bought NBA League Pass and you're paying $100 a month or whatever it is. You get 50% off that. I just want to know why these percentages don't add up for the consumer when they add up for the athlete.
It's all racket, Jeremy. They're scheming. They're taking your money. It's over. I have no idea. I have no answer. I think it is crazy that the superstars can be out, but I guess I'm like, all right, if I was a super fan and I went to a game and LeBron's not there or Anthony Davis isn't there and where I'm watching the team, I'm like, you know what? These guys are stepping up. I'm really appreciating the backup squad. But as a normal fan, when I'm watching TV, I'm like, oh, turn this shit off. Like, I'm not going to watch it. Like, who cares? Like, if they lose, it doesn't matter. They don't have LeBron. So there's two sides of it. But I think I'm not like a hardcore passionate guy. Like, I like a lot of different teams. I'm not going to lie. I probably have, how many jerseys do you think I have, Jeremy?
I would think you have 7 jerseys across sports.
7 jerseys. So I actually think, because I was not counting, but I think I have about 18 to 25 jerseys.
What? That's like almost all the teams.
But I have hockey jerseys. What? I have a soccer jersey from the LAFC out here. I have a whole bunch of football jerseys.
You have every NFC West.
Every NFC West I have. I also have a Tim Tebow jersey. Some of these are collector items, honestly. So yeah, it's weird, but I have a guess that tweet that kind of goes into this a little bit.
We'll get to it. I just want to finish this by saying this was a TSH investigation. TSJ, sorry. TSH. The Sports Hangover. Some people call us TSJ for J-Dog, of course. TSH Investigates is what that was, and this might be a recurring segment. If I see discrepancies and the consumer is being violated like the NBA fan is, I'm going to investigate, and TSH will be there.
Okay. I have a tweet that's going to really help you get into this.
Let's play Guess That Tweet.
So we haven't done Guess That Tweet in a long time, Jeremy. One of our original, this is like one of the first few segments we ever had on the show. kind of went away. You know, Twitter became like a real thing after we started playing Guess That Tweet. Before it was like, it wasn't news. We actually made it news. And now people actually use it as news, which is weird.
And you said Twitter's out. Don't invest in Twitter. It'll be dead before you know it. Now a $70 stock. I think it was $8 at the time. So you're right again.
Yeah. I know. I'm back on Twitter. I'm really trying to like engage more on Twitter.
They're monetizing it. It's final.
Yeah. Once they do the little clubhouse version up there,
the tip jar, right?
Yeah. I'm in. All right. So who? All right. Here it is. I'm going to leave out the name. Blank has more tweets on Twitter than career NBA points.
Say it again.
Okay. Blank, which is the NBA player's name, has more tweets on Twitter than career points in the NBA.
More tweets than points. So it's a guy who doesn't score that much. I'm going to say,
I was going to say it is a superstar, so you can kind of narrow it down a little.
Well, just a funny one. It must not be him, but Rex Chapman like runs Twitter. He has like all the viral tweets. You know, he's an NBA player. That's what I was thinking.
I didn't know that. No, I didn't.
You know Rex Chapman, though.
No, I don't. I don't know. Sure. Do I follow?
You must.
Maybe I do.
He shares like all this viral stuff all the time. You must. Everyone does. But it's just funny. He was an NBA player, and he wasn't very good, so that's why. This is a superstar, an active superstar.
You mentioned him on your list. On your investigation list.
It must be Kyrie.
It's Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant has 23,506 career points and has 24,200 tweets. And then the first comment, which I love, is how the fuck does he have 24,400 tweets? Who tweets that much? I think I have like 500 tweets.
That's the question to ask, right? Because we aren't wondering how he scored so many points. When he does play, he's great, and he was elite, and he still is for many years.
You get 2 and 3 points for every time you score. Twitter, you have to do it 1 and 1 and 1. It's not just like it doesn't.
Yeah, but retweets count. Like there's some easy ways to pump those numbers.
Okay, all right, but he has a shitload of tweets, and also I wanted to bring it up. Obviously, he's injured a lot, so he's at home, probably tweeting. But also, Kevin Durant invested in Coinbase before I think in like 2000 something. And a lot of people are making a lot of money off the Coinbase IPO and getting paid.
It's amazing that the Coinbase founder made like $20 billion off of the IPO when they went public yesterday. And we still don't know exactly what Coinbase is. It's all make-believe. It's a digital wallet.
It's real. I have a lot of money in there right now. It is
all
real.
In the ether.
It's real.
I actually downloaded Coinbase myself. And if you sign up right now and link your bank account, which this might be a very bad advice, they give you $10 in free Bitcoin. So I'm at $10. Now $10.12 after.
That's right. Just buy it all, Jeremy. Just get in there. Now you own real Bitcoin. Before you
it's funny. I know. We were talking about this last week. I was talking about my bullshit stock GBTC, and in the last week I did some research. My brother is this expert around Bitcoin, so he's building a whole website that we're going to pump here, and I'll probably sponsor a segment coming up. But it's all about Bitcoin and crypto, and so I'm on Coinbase now, and the future is bright, is what I'm thinking.
Okay, good. That's really good. It's all pumping right now. Altcoins are pumping. It's alt season, as they call it.
There's someone else pumping, Mike. It's our big dick energy.
Oh, wow.